What is up, everybody? Who's excited to talk about cancer? Yay! I mean, there's no one else in the room, so it had better be me. I'm the only one who's even able to talk right now. I'm excited to talk about cancer, specifically because as I record this, I am now 9 months into remission from stage 4 metastatic melanoma, which is a big deal in and of itself because every day that you spend in remission once you've gone through active cancer and treatment is a big deal, and I've chosen 1 month increments as a way of documenting this and celebrating this for the time being. But also because February is turning out to be kind of a challenging month, both mentally and emotionally, as it relates to my entire experience with cancer. I made a video about it earlier, but for those of you who don't want to watch that or aren't keeping track at home, I was diagnosed for the first time in February. My recurrence last year was also in February, and it's February right now, meaning I have a lot of time to reflect on what has happened in this month specifically and how it has shaped my life. And most of, if not all of these milestones or anniversaries or reminders are negative, which, I mean, it makes sense, it's dealing with advanced cancer, but I have a calendar that's full of like, diagnosis 1, diagnosis 2, surgery 1, surgery 2, biopsy 1, treatment, like a number of things that I have to look at. I don't have to, but I make myself look at, and it takes me to some relatively uncomfortable places. So that's why finding moments like, a 9 month into remission anniversary is significant, because it allows me to also say, hey, there is progress. I am doing okay. There are things I can do to mitigate the trauma that I've gone through these 2 diagnoses and 6 years of dealing with it. And also, while I'm the only person in this room currently, meaning I'm the only person talking on the vlog at the moment, I am not the only person who matters in this entire setup. I do make these vlogs to help myself with my mental health, kind of as a journaling experience, but also the main goal is to connect with other cancer patients and their loved ones and describe where I'm at and also relay my experience so it can be compared to other people. Especially because cancer has historically and rightfully had all these negative associations with it as it's portrayed in news media, film media, social media. It's been a lot of terrible diagnosis, terrible outcome, or terrible diagnosis, moderate outcome with worse quality of life. And the goal as a medical and patient community is for those things to improve as time goes on. But if we're going to get the messaging out that this exists right now, there are pathways for people to have these great outcomes, which I'm hoping to be one of, then I think it's important to document them in real time. And also, more to the point, I'm just going to celebrate each one of these wins. I've made a celebration video for each one of the months I've been in remission, and I'm going to keep doing it, because if I keep doing it, that means I am still in remission, and I will take the tacky or gaudy approach, which I don't even think that's the case, but I will 100% be willing to dedicate the time and the breath to make these videos if it means I am still in remission. Also, I wouldn't waste your time by making a video that's solely about existence for 9 months after going through cancer treatment. While that is the baseline goal and it is something commendable and not everyone gets the chance, I don't want to just shit on the fact that I'm in remission. That is huge. I also think that I want to approach remission as kind of the runway for getting a little more agency and a little more dynamic happening in my life. And so in order to show you where I'm at right now at 9 months into remission, I'm going to take you to my mental health whiteboard in my room. Actually, it's across from me on the wall right now as I record, so I'm just going to look at it and talk, and then I'll take a picture and edit it into the video later, giving away all my production secrets today. And the secret power of my mental health whiteboard, if there is a secret power to just writing down phrases as they pop into your head, is that it allows me to take snapshots or, describe my feelings at moments in time where I'm worried that they're not going to stick around, or that I need to remember what it's like to have that feeling in the future because it's something I want to hold on to. I think this is a valid technique for anyone, but as cancer patients, I think it's especially cogent because cancer has affected my sense of time. It has affected my memory. The stress of it has made me so depressed that I've kind of numbed my normal emotions. And then when one of them pops back through the soil, I need to capture that moment. I need to say, wait, remember, this is what I'm normally like. This is what I want to achieve, and this is how I'm going to do it. And so if I can capture that in a quick phrase on my whiteboard, it really goes a long way to helping me in the long term. That's a lot of build-up for the phrases on this board, and I'm going to gloss over the first 2 quickly, so let's just do that. The top one, that's been up there for 7 years. That is gospel. You miss 100% of the dogs you don't pet. Seems pretty straightforward. See a dog, pet a dog. Now the second phrase I'm going to touch on really quickly. It says, be kind, you're still in shock. Well, my diagnosis, my recurrence for stage 4 metastatic melanoma is still not even a year old. I got into a recurrence and out of treatment for it within 3 months, and I don't think I had time to process what was going on. So as I've been, dealing with that in remission, I've been leaning on some coping mechanisms that maybe I wouldn't find as healthy in my everyday life if I wasn't dealing with a cancer diagnosis so recently, but I've got to give myself some latitude. That's what that means. I'll talk about that later, I promise. But the third phrase up there, the one in all caps, that's the one I've been obsessed with recently. Durable. So, durable remission is the term that's used for if your body responds well enough to treatment and you remain in remission for a long, if not indefinite time. I don't know if that's actually the medical definition of durable remission, but it's a topic that I've heard talked about enough to where I'm pretty confident that you're in remission for a long time and it holds up. But as it relates to being a cancer patient, I think durable is something we need to be both mentally and physically. In fact, I would argue that being mentally durable begets physical durability. Granted, you can be the toughest person on earth and cancer might get the best of you. That is unfortunately how the disease works. But I think that part of what I preach in all these videos and part of what I would tell any cancer patient who's trying to make it through treatment and into remission is that you're going to be tasked with some of the hardest things of your life. You're going to go through the worst physical pain of your life, the worst mental torture of your life, and it's going to test all of your systems. And durability in systems is something that is historically, important, whether it is in your personal life, your work life, your family life, or just the structure of anything you want to do. And so I've become very, very obsessed with being more durable. I think that's why I, take care of my body the way I do. I think that's why I talk about my mental health with you guys the way I do. I think that is why I'm looking at every option on the table to give myself some latitude in case things do go wrong again. The more durable you are in preparation, the more durable you're going to be when things go south. But also, writing a word on a board or creating a checklist to prepare myself for bad times or even talking about it as though I'm sure I'll be fine when that happens, that's no guarantee. Durability isn't exactly a linear thing. It's more of like a state of mind that I hope to be able to continue if and when things get bad, or even if they don't. I just want to give myself the best chance at durability as I creep closer to what might be considered durable remission. It's all kind of hazy, but then again, most things in cancer are. But that's what the whiteboard's for anyway. I got the concept of durability stuck in my head while listening to a podcast a few days ago. I wrote it on the board. I've been staring at it every day in my room, and it helps because there are moments in every single day where I don't feel durable as a cancer patient. But, when you get more time to process what that really means and understand that it doesn't have to be a constant, it allows for me to have an easier time as I enter further into remission. And ultimately, that's going to be the biggest takeaway from this video anyway. There is no one way to approach being a cancer patient. There is no one way to approach being in remission from advanced cancer, but there is a single metric that I'm excited about today, and it's I'm 9 months in remission. Let's keep it simple. That's fucking awesome. Anyway, I appreciate you spending your valuable time to watch this. I would also appreciate it if you drop a like or a subscribe for the video or the channel. Otherwise, I'll be back with you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.